So there were those who had the baton before us, and they ran their part of the track. And then when we arrived and went to freshman orientation in Crampton, we were handed that baton. Each one of us. You guys all have it in your hand right now. And this is your part of that race. This is your part of running on that track with that baton in your hand.
In a recent visit to Howard University, presidential candidate Senator Kamala Harris participated in a women's empowerment event and shared a few words with WHUT Digital about the significance of HBCUs and the development of Black leaders.
The HBCUs, they're amazing, but we're also struggling in many ways. Some have shut down.
I know.
Can you just tell me and talk to the people about the relevancy of HBCUs and why do we need them in today's society?
Well, listen, I say proudly and all the time, I would not be where I am now. Were it not for my mother and the family in which I was raised and Howard University. HBCUs have a unique and very special power to nurture, to challenge, to mold, to inspire, encourage Black students to go on to be American leaders. And it is something that we have to understand has been and will continue to be one of the birthplaces of the greatest leaders of our country. And you can just look at history, long-standing history or recent history to know that. And so we have to put the resources into that, also knowing that the majority of professionals in most professions come from HBCUs. I mean, it's just the data is clear. Not to mention the fact that until we are a place that can really provide equal path for everyone to achieve success, our HBCUs supplement what might otherwise be deficiencies in society. And in many ways help kind of readjust in terms of fortifying our students around what they can be and knowing what we can be unburdened by what has been. It's about teaching our students that there will be a whole community that will put the resources into them and that they see their capacity and will challenge them and require them to reach that capacity.
Like you said, giving us a voice when we're in rooms where there's not us.
But that's the point about what I was saying earlier, which is reminding us, see, we can be in this place, especially in those formative years, 18 through 24. This is when we're all figuring out our identity. You know, we know our identity before that in terms of our relationship to our families, or the neighborhood in which we were raised, or the kids we went to school with because we all were in that same neighborhood. But then when you get to 18 and you get to college, this is about you figuring out what is your identity vis-a-vis the world. And what will be your ability? What will be your capacity? What are you prepared to take on? And in an environment that is an HBCU, and I'll speak in terms of Howard, what you learn is that you want to go out for the debate team, go, compete. If you're good enough, you'll make it.
No one's going to stop you.
No one is going to stop you. This will not be your barrier. Your barrier to success will be yourself. And that's a very powerful thing to learn in an environment that nurtures you to actually be all that you can be. Because the world will not be that way. It won't be that way. But if you have been in an environment where you know what you can do if given, you're going to require people to not get in your way.
Exactly.
Right?
To break that glass ceiling.
Yes. To break that glass ceiling.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Howard University alum.